I might already think about.
Hey, Cheryl. Hassan. Hey, Cheryl. Ron, how are you?
WJAY Mullins, Marion, South Carolina, and W252BL FM 98.3 Mullins, Marion, South Carolina, USA. 98.3 FM, 1280 AM, WJAY. Now,
it's
good.
time for Dee Sportswrap.
Huh?
Covering high school sports in Marion County,
They didn't
South
order
Carolina.
pizza.
Here's the host of Dee Sportswrap, Michael Jenkins.
Well, a wonderful good morning to everyone out there. Beautiful day out there today. I know it's going to probably get really hot again. It's been sizzling this week, although not as hot as it has been a couple of weeks prior. But I want to start out the program by wishing my firstborn a happy birthday. That's Mrs. Kelisha Gray. She's of Lillington, North Carolina / Fayetteville. And she's 40 today. I got a 40-year-old daughter. You wake up one Saturday morning and your firstborn is 40. And what does that tell you about yourself?
No.
Wow. That number's piling up, man. So if she happens to be listening either on the app or on Facebook, I want to wish her a happy birthday. Of course, I have to call her later and talk about what these 40 years have meant to me. And she'll probably tell me what they've meant to her. The Mullins basketball job, I've not heard a final word yet. I know they interviewed 2 people from what I understand, and I'm not 100% sure on that either, but I know Eric Troy is considered the leading candidate and is probably the leader in the clubhouse. And I understand someone told me this the other day that Chris Sanders also was interviewed for the job. So shout out to Chris for throwing his hat in the ring. You can't win if you don't play the game. You don't take a shot. So I think Chris has got an outstanding future in coaching. He's not been at it very long, but he has that Terrell's Bay tradition. Ron Lanham said, wow, I'm 62 today. So in other words, my daughter was born on your birthday, Ron? Wow, that's pretty deep. You and I are about the same age, but I'm not giving my specific age right now because all people will say that guy is like, he's 100. But so I'm sure that's probably already been decided already. I just don't know what it is yet. We'll just have to see. I'll have to announce it to you when this comes down the pike. Let's see. Looking at, the NBA draft took place a couple weeks ago. And, of course, we had 2 kids from South Carolina who were the number 1 and number 2 picks in the draft, Zion Williamson being one of them and Ja Morant being the other. And I think that South Carolina there's a lot of pride among South Carolinians right now for how that whole thing played out with basketball growing as much as it is in this state. And I guess it's obvious from those 2 draft choices that basketball is growing tremendously here. And I'm very interested to see what happens going forward because I think that it could do nothing but help the overall basketball mindset in the state of South Carolina, knowing that, hey, we got the 2 top guys in the NBA draft. That's amazing. And one of them played right here in Marion at Jonathan Middle School, being Zion. A lot of anticipation for these guys. When you're this highly drafted, with the kind of money that's going to be on the line for them, surely their futures will be secure, like we know nothing about, because we're talking millions and millions of dollars here these guys are going to be making. I don't know what the NBA rookie minimum is, if there's such a thing anymore, but it's going to be a big chunk of money. And these guys are going to be set, and which means their families are probably going to be set too, the ones they like. Because I'm sure there's some people that ain't get no money. If I had a big pile of money, who would not get no money in my family? I'm sure there's going to be at least one or two. I'm saying, no money for you. So I'm sure the situation is similar with these two youngsters headed to the pros. And they have some summer league games that come on, I think, next weekend on the 5th, I believe. So you get to see them their first time in an NBA uniform. And that should be fun. I'm looking forward to the summer league this year. Marion High School, I went by several times this month as they were dealing with summer practice. And I'm pretty sure that wrapped up either yesterday or tomorrow. So they had their month. And I know that Coach Weathers took full advantage of his time, his practice time. And they were pretty much in the gym 4-5 days a week. They were getting it done. So I think that that's going to pay off for them. I know that Mullins also they played in some competition up in Columbia a couple of weeks ago. Coach Weathers and the Swamp Foxes went to, I believe, East Clarendon yesterday. The girls have also had a couple of outings too. Although because they just got a new coach in recently, they really haven't been able to fully utilize the entire month of June. But, there's a very interesting thing going on around here. And that's, I think that's the call I've been waiting for. I didn't want to tell you people in advance. Yes, sir. How are you doing? Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna put you on speaker, and we're gonna roll through this. I have Coach Craston Davis, the newly minted women's head basketball coach for Marion High School, on the line right now. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Tell me about, for the fans that don't know you. You were at Creek Bridge for several years, but for the fans that don't know you, the people in Marion, could you give us an idea of what you've done, where you've been, your travels, coaching-wise?
Well, I give you the Cliff Notes.
Okay.
I started off as a middle school coach.
Okay.
In Durham, North Carolina. Worked my way up to a 4A coach at Hillside High School, and also in Durham. And then from there, I had aspirations to be an athletic administrator. So I left there and then became an assistant AD and associate head coach. And then I wanted to be a head coach and athletic director, and the opportunity came for me to go to Creek Bridge, and that's what I did. And I coached off and on in the AAU circuit. So with some highly touted prospects in the AAU circuit for the North Carolina Gators, Greensboro Gators, and so that's how I got to Marion.
Okay. Is the basketball atmosphere different up there than it is down here? I mean, that's Tar Heel State and everything.
It is different. Where I am is different. I'm not saying that it's better or it's worse, but it is different.
Right.
You're talking about coaching in between University of North Carolina and Duke University.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about, when I coached in Durham, essentially we had the game plan every game. We had D1. We was coaching against D1 prospects essentially every game. I got knocked out of the playoffs by Gary Clark, who is a member of the Houston Rockets.
Right.
I got knocked out of the playoffs by Devontae Graham, who played at Kansas and now is a member of the Charlotte Hornets. Let's see. I had a kid by the name of Justice Kirkard on my team who went to University of Pittsburgh. Then from University of Pittsburgh, he left there, then went to ODU, and he's actually in the transfer protocol right now. I mean, I also got knocked out of the playoffs by Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
So, you're talking about is it different? And I'm sure like maybe it's a difference from Creek Bridge, because Creek Bridge is a smaller school in 1A, and we played against some talented kids at the 1A level. When you talk about a state championship in the 1A level, you had to come through our region because we had it. Hemingway. I mean, I don't even need to say anything about Hemingway.
True.
But yes, but it is different. You're talking about filling up gyms. Even the 1A schools have 2,000 people in the gym.
Right.
Because basketball is it. Where South Carolina, if I would say anything, I say South Carolina is a football state.
I would say the same thing. I think it's changing a little bit now, but over the years, it definitely has been a football state. No doubt about that. Coach, you had a pretty decent season at Creek Bridge last year. I mean, I want to congratulate you on that, because you guys made some noise. What was the difference between last year and prior years where you may not have done as well as you did last year? What was the difference?
I would say the difference. Well, first of all, is anytime you get a new job at a school, as a new coach, you want to build your program.
Right.
And prior to me getting to Creek Bridge, I think the other coaches was trying to build programs. However, they were not there long enough to do what they wanted to do.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So with me spending 4 years at Creek Bridge, you really started to see the maturation of the program, the maturity of the players. You really started to see the process really after year one.
Right.
Year one we won 2 games, but it was the last 2 of 3.
Right.
Then going into year 2, we came in and we finished 4th. We finished 4th in the region, but it was a tie.
Right.
And the kids started to buy in, because now that they knew who Coach Davis was, he wasn't just some outsider.
Right.
You know how that area is. It's hard to penetrate when people feel like you're just an outsider.
Right. That's true.
But I had to reassure them that I had the credentials to be able to coach. I was at a 1A school, and me being at a 1A school was essentially by choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that gave me the opportunity for the professional path that I wanted.
Right.
Because I really love being an athletic administrator. I really love being a head basketball coach, and I wanted to do both.
Right.
And so sometimes you have to step back to move forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you do.
And so anyway, and then the 3rd year, we tied for 2nd place.
Right.
Just so happened that because of points, we fell into 4th place.
Right.
And then last year we make it to the 2nd round. But if all of our kids are healthy year 3, I believe that's the best team that we have that I had at Creek Bridge, and I really believe that we could have made Lower State Championship if everybody would have stayed healthy year 3. And then year 4, I really believe that we could have made it to the same. But we had kids quit and for different circumstances or whatever. But if we would have kept our team together, I really believe that would have been the 2 best years, our 3rd and 4th years, and it was. But we never went into the playoffs full strength.
Right. Now, have you ever coached girls before?
Well, when I was a middle school coach, one of my good friends was the girls coach. And I coached the girls, but I was not the head coach.
Right.
I was more. He was a young coach, so I kind of helped him out with some X's and O's and this, that, and the third. And I would sit on the bench with him sometimes. But officially, no, I have not officially coached girls.
Okay. What do you anticipate the differences might be between coaching boys and girls? I mean, I don't know, because I never coached girls before, and I see a lot of guys doing it. So, what do you anticipate the differences might be? The challenges that you might have coaching girls?
Well, first of all, basketball is basketball. You know, you have to get the ball in the hoop, and you got to stop the other team from putting the ball in the hoop.
Facts.
So at the end of the day, that's how we're gonna coach the girls.
Right.
One thing that I'm really essentially a football coach, coaching basketball essentially.
Right.
But one of the biggest differences, and I've observed many good women's basketball coaches and many good men's basketball coaches, and really the difference is now you don't have to tell the girls you should have tried to lay the ball up. I mean, you should have laid the ball up instead of trying to dunk. You know, those 2 points of, you know, girls without the necessarily the athleticism that boys play with, you can really concentrate on the fundamentals and you can really focus on them getting the job done. And so I believe, now this is from my observation, I believe girls listen a little bit better than boys do, because boys, I believe, want to play for the flash at times,
right?
Not all the time, but want to play for the flash and the sizzle, where girls just want to get the job done.
Right. You know, I've seen some girls teams this year that kind of change. Even though I've always been a fan of high school basketball for girls, I've never been a big fan of girls college basketball or WNBA, but the high school game has always been of great interest to me. And I seen a couple of teams last year that kind of helped even strengthen that feeling that I had coming into, you know, last season, that girls basketball, it's a little bit more fundamentally sound, I think. And like you said, you know, guys are trying to throw it up there and go catch it and you know, like you said, showtime. But since girls are not doing showtime for the most part, you know, it's more of a basic kind of fundamental game.
That's right.
I have to go. Okay, I'm gonna take a break right now, Coach. Could you hold on and we can talk about some other things before you get off?
Yes, sir.
Okay, taking a break.
Spirits Restaurant, 1106 East Godfrey Street, Marion, South Carolina.
Stop by City Food and Spirits for our breakfast and lunch buffet.
And we
City Food and Spirits
is a
$1,000
fantastic place to go for breakfast or lunch.
My
You know
phone's
you're
old
hungry,
now,
so
though.
go to
City
probably
Food and
about-
Spirits.
Soul
That's what those phones are
Food
going
like
for.
your
They're going for
mama
more
cooks.
now.
City Food
I
and
bought that
Spirits
phone 2 years ago.
Restaurant, 1106 East Godfrey Street, Marion, South
Phones
Carolina.
cost a lot of money.
Food's ready.
Almost a doggone car note. Yeah, it's true. You're right, Cheryl and
You
Lester.
won't find it. Even if you go to Florence or
Gotta
Louisville,
get it
the
done.
low price isn't there either. Fowler Furniture and Bedding offers the lowest prices on all your furniture needs. Right here in your backyard on Main Street in Marlin.
Ms. Hemingway, how are you today?
Display and warehouse.
How's little
We
man
make
doing?
certain we have lots of
What are you
stock
doing for
in
the
order to
summer?
Offer low prices and quick
Besides
delivery.
driving
We
you
have sold
crazy, I'm
thousands
sure.
of homes in our 60 years of business. Shop us online or stop by the store where you will find lots of displays and no high pressure sales. After all, who needs high pressure sales tactics when you are the low price leader? Throughout June, our special is a cherry bedroom group complete with dresser, mirror, chest, nightstand, and queen or full sleigh bed for as little as $649. Find out what we're all about at FowlerOnMain.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's FowlerOnMain.com.
And remember, you can also connect with Fowler Furniture and Bedding on the social media site Twitter.
In life, we find ourselves faced with decisions, education, family, career, financial, and much more. Often, we forget about arrangements for our death and homegoing. We often fail to realize that this is an important task. These decisions are much easier when made
Hey,
on
Lady
a
Di.
before-needed basis. An ideal funeral parlor
Nice
a
of you to
professional
join me
staff
today.
is committed to providing courteous services and assistance with pre-planning funeral
Thank
arrangements.
all of y'all for
The
joining
loss
today.
of a loved one can be a devastating event. Let Ideal Funeral Parlor service your family with personalized service tailored to the needs of each individual family. Ideal Funeral Parlor, 106 East Dalton Street, Florence, South Carolina, or www.idealfuneral.com. For it's better to know us and not need us than to need us and not know us.
98.3 FM, 12 and WJAY. Effingham Baptist, 1930 Effingham Church Road, Mullins, South Carolina, will host the 5th Sunday Fellowship Union of Mullins on Sunday, June the 30th at 6 p.m. Reverend Felix Jordan of New Ebenezer A&E, Mullins, will be preaching. Everybody's invited. Don't forget to take your Bible. Reverend Dr. Matt Hines is moderator. Deacon Willie Jeffers, chairperson. 98.3 FM, 1280 AM, WJAY.
If you're driving up or down I-95, you're listening to 98.3 FM, 1280 AM, WJAY. Get us on the internet too at WJAYradio.com.
98.3 FM, 1280 AM, WJAY.
This is PD Sports Wrap, highlights of Marion County High School sports. Please note, comments and feedback from callers and guests on PD Sports Wrap are not necessarily those of the owners of WJAY or any of WJAY's advertisers, but are the perspectives of callers and guests of PD Sports Wrap. Here's the host of the show, Michael Jenkins.
I'm back on PD Sports Wrap today, and I have Coach Craston Davis, the newly minted head women's basketball coach at Marion High School. Coach, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Coach, I want you to go ahead and tell me you were able to spend some time with the girls this summer. The few times that you were able to do that, tell me what you came away with.
I came away with the girls that I met. Of course, we didn't have a full team, but the girls that we met, they hungry and they want to be really good.
Right.
I think they want to be good, and they want to win a state championship. I think that they were close last year, and they just looking for the guidance to be able to do that.
Right. So you are a disciplined guy, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Tell me, what is your philosophy for the game if you have one? Like, what type of offense you're gonna? This is almost like, remember the movie Hoosiers when the guy went in the drugstore and they were at the first thing they asked him about what kind of offense he's gonna run, what kind of defense he's gonna run, and he didn't really answer them, and they were waiting for an answer. So this is that situation right now. What kind of defense do you run? What kind of offense do you run?
Okay, so one of the things I will say that I had the luxury of actually watching the girls on film.
Right.
Coach State done a phenomenal job last year, and I had the opportunity to really watch the girls on film to see exactly, to scout them before I actually started coaching. So I kind of have a cheat sheet.
Okay.
So one of the things that the girls really done a good job of is putting pressure on the other team.
Right.
So, we're going to continue with what they had success with last year, and just try to get them a little bit better. And then offensively, one of the things that they struggled with last year was half-court offense.
Right.
When we were out and running and being able to get layups, we were solid. I would even go out on a limb and say probably one of the top 10 teams in the state.
No doubt.
In 3A.
Right.
However, when you go against a team that's very disciplined and that's going to fall back in your offense, you can't just make one pass and shot.
Right.
One pass and shot. No passes and shot. So on the offensive end, what we want to do is we want to be able to take advantage of the other team's weakness.
Right.
So if we have post play and they're weak in the post, we want to take advantage of that. If they weak on the perimeter, then we want to be able to drive and penetrate and make sure that we're making the right basketball play. So I'm not going to necessarily say exactly X's and O's what we want to do. We want to be able to change and game plan each game to determine where we're going to attack it.
Right.
And like I say, again, that's my foundation. That's what I've done always when I was in Durham, when I was in Burlington. That's what I've done. We had the game plan each time, so our look may look different from week to week, depending on where we're trying to attack with our players.
Right.
And again, defensively, we're going to be a pressure team, and we are going to look to run and get out and run when we can. But when we meet those teams that fall back in the zone or whatever the case may be, we want to make sure that we can make 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12 passes to get exactly what we want.
Right. So what about your coaching staff? Are you going to get some help? Do you have some help in place already? Tell me about that.
Yes, we have coaches already left over from Coach State staff.
Right.
Coach Watson and Coach Jones will be helping us. Coach Chris Cross will be helping as well.
Oh.
And before I was named coach, I could see the work that they had already put in.
Right.
They had already put in and got the foundation of moving forward in place. And so, when I came in, it was just, meeting the girls and being able to kind of go over some of the offensive philosophies and defensive philosophies because they had already put in a lot of work with the girls. The girls trusted them. And when the girls saw that the coaching staff trusted me already, it was easy for me to, go in and do what I needed to do.
Right. Now, Coach, tell me, are you the kind of guy that looks to, since you're the head varsity coach, are you looking to have your hand and your imprint on the feeder program, JV, middle school, and so on? Is that the kind of mindset you're coming in with, or what?
That is the mindset that I come in with, because I'm a firm believer that you have to have a vertical alignment.
Right.
A varsity team is not going to be sustainable if the JV team, the middle school team is not. We're not all on the same page.
Right.
And that's one of the benefits of being here in South Carolina. That's one of the differences is in North Carolina, the middle school team generally do whatever they want to do.
Right.
Because the middle school and the high schools are not necessarily connected.
I get that.
If you really look at those schools in North Carolina, those programs generally are the creme de la creme.
Right.
So, but yes, my philosophy is that everybody needs to be on the same page. And as you move down in level, like from JV to middle school, then you have to water some of the things down. Maybe the terminology will be the same, but I don't expect the middle school to have 15 plays. But varsity, we have to have, essentially 15 different things that we need to be able to do.
Right.
Because if a team come out and run a 2-2-1 full court press, our setup needs to be different than if they ran a 1-2-2 press. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So our girls, and really I put a lot of pressure on the point guards to be able to determine what the other team is doing and get us in line. But, as you go down, the middle school team may not see 5, 6, 7 different presses over a course of a year.
Oh, you're right. So since the people don't really know you, what could you tell them to expect every time your team hits the floor? What do you? A
team that's going to play hard. A team that's going to be, a team that's going to be disciplined.
Right.
A team that's going to be patient, and a team that looks to get out and run and put pressure on the other team.
Right.
We want to dictate the game offensively and defensively, and that's kind of what you can see for my teams. And another thing, my teams, we're not going to just sit back and allow another team to get comfortable.
Right.
So you can expect us to change up and do different things within the game to manipulate the game.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we want a team to speed up or slow down, whatever the case may be, we will be able to manipulate those terms depending on which personnel that we have in the game.
Right. So you said that you got a football background too. Are you looking to do something here with football as well? Or what?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I'm not coaching football. I'm primarily focused on basketball and still had aspirations to be a athletic administrator.
Right.
But you can believe that I'll be the biggest fan of the football team, and I will, if Coach State or any of the staff want to ask me questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. But as far as me getting on the sidelines and actually coaching and wearing the headphones, that's that time for me has passed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, anything else you want to share with us? Our time is about up. I want to thank you for calling in today. You made this real. We planned this a couple of weeks ago, and you kept your word. That's good. I'm looking forward to doing some other things with you as we have done in the past. I think that you have a great opportunity here, and I wish you all the luck in the world in being successful. Because you can't roll out of bed and do this, but I know you already know that. So, good luck. And
First of all, I want to thank you for what you do for Marion County and giving our schools and our kids a platform to get the exposure that they may not normally get. So one, I want to thank you. I want to thank the radio station for allowing me to express how happy I am about the future of being the head varsity girls coach at Marion.
right.
And I look forward to this journey. It's going to be slightly different for me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you care about kids and you care about the success of kids, then, the job is all the same.
Yeah, it is.
So I look forward to moving forward. Even though I enjoyed my time at Creek Bridge, and
Right.
I look forward to this new challenge.
Right.
And as you said, we do have plans to do some things later on this year,
Right.
and I look forward to those endeavors as well.
Right.
And again, I thank you so much. I thank you so much, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, bro. Take care, and we'll see you down the road. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Am I done here? I got 1 minute left. Let's see what I want to look at in 1 more minute here. I don't want to look at anything, but I just want to say thank you all for coming or sitting through this today. I see some people out there that don't like me anymore, but they're still tuning in. You know what I'm talking about, Carolina Thunder Anthony. But anyway, it's been a great program today. I want to thank the coach for, imparting his wisdom upon us. And with that said, I'm going to be headed down the road. Stephen Harnett, my brother. Go Mullins, right? That's all I got, folks. Later.
PD Sportswrap is an overview of high school sports in Marion County, South Carolina. Join us again next